You're listening to Seasons of Bling. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Seasons of Bling. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Bill Mason, and I am the guy behind Holidays Lane, where we sell retro, nostalgic ornaments and home decor for every holiday throughout the year, and they're available all year round. So if you're looking for Halloween in March, got you covered. If you want Christmas in July, got you covered. If you want Valentine's Day in October, got you covered. But you get the idea there. So it is a blazing over 100 degrees here today, which is what has inspired the podcast topic. For this particular podcast, as with all of my podcasts, this is one where you can just let it play. So maybe you are crafting or working and you want something going in the background to listen to. You don't have to worry about looking at anything, even though it's on YouTube. This is, I think, my 11th podcast, so hopefully you know the routine by now. And if you're brand new, welcome aboard. The topic for today is Christmas in July. And I belong to a lot of Facebook groups for people who love holidays. So there are, Halloween decorator Facebook groups, there are Christmas decorator groups, and every once in a while we'll get the question, particularly this time of year, is, so what's with Christmas in July? Christmas is in December. So I don't know if there's necessarily a definitive answer as to where Christmas in July comes from. There's a few ideas out there that I'll share with you. I'll let you know what they mean to me personally, and yeah, we'll just explore it together. So when I think of Christmas, I'm in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, so December, although it's not bitter cold like it is in January and February, and there's really not a great chance of snow for a white Christmas, it's still pretty cold at that time of year. So, Christmas to me has all of those really traditional elements, warm, cozy fire, hot mulled cider to keep you warm, possibly snow falling, Santa coming on a sleigh, all those kinds of things. And that's just because of where I live. It happens to align to the more prominent United States view of Christmas. But of course, December 25th for people in the Southern Hemisphere, particularly Australia, New Zealand, right? It's their summertime. So whether you're in Florida in the States or Arizona, where it's, you can go outside without dying without the air conditioner, it sort of follows along for them. It's very much hot, humid, and exhausting. But Christmas in July for those folks is their winter time. So they get to experience all the traditional fun things that go along with Christmas, outdoor fires and warm apple cider, all that fun stuff. So it's interesting to think about that. It gives them an opportunity to experience traditional Christmas, if you will. Now, there's a lore that some camp in the 1930s, I think, because summer camp for a lot of people, is after school and then before school starts. Kids go away. They were looking for an activity, and they started this Christmas in July activity. I could see that happening, because you're really looking for things to do for the kids along a theme. And after a while, the older ones get kind of tired and played out. So yeah, why not throw in a Christmas in July? I could see that. And some people say that that's where it sort of started. Possibly, who knows? The first time it's really hit pop culture, I guess you could call it, or the first time that the phrase Christmas in July really had any meaning was a 1940s movie. And the movie was actually called Christmas in July, where the main character was, working a normal job, dreams of a promotion, dreams of finding the girl of his dreams and getting married and doing all of those fun things. And his coworkers, unbeknownst to him, let me take that back a little bit. He enters a jingle contest for a company, and then the part that he doesn't know is that his coworkers faked a telegram. Now, telegram back in the day, boys and girls, was like text messaging but on paper, and somebody had to deliver it to you. So this telegram came that they had faked that made it seem like he won this, at the time, $25,000. I don't know what that would be in today's money, but honestly, even today, it'd take $25,000. But I guess in the 1940s, that was a tremendous amount. So he got a promotion, decided to propose to his girl, and then everything kind of falls apart. So I guess it took place in the month of July, which is why they called it Christmas in July. But I think that is, at least from what I've been able to research, the first time Christmas in July was like publicly as a phrase out there for mass audiences in the U.S. So most people probably think about Christmas in July, I'm going to call it like a Hallmark holiday, which is like a forced, non-existent holiday that they're trying to make happen. So there's a couple ways you can look at it from a commercial perspective. So in the U.S., in the summer, in July, people are not out shopping. Online sales are down. I know I experienced that as well. People are just not online buying things. And so retailers started introducing Christmas in July sales with that kind of nostalgic-y look to them, in hopes that it would start driving traffic into their stores. And we do see that a little bit, not a tremendous amount, but there are some people that try to do that. I also do in-person craft fairs, and I've seen some craft fair promoters that would brand, if they do multiple ones, like every Friday or once a month, something like that, they might brand the July one as a Christmas in July. I think it's like half-hearted at this point. Now, other people have said that Christmas in July for them was when, so me as a creator, and I need to make things to get ready for the holiday craft fair season, I can't really wait till, Joann's and Michael's and the craft stores have their items out until Christmas time, because at that point it's too late. I'm already selling the items or at in-person craft fairs. So a lot of times it's a kickoff where the suppliers will really start introducing the elements and components that you can start buying now to make for the holiday season, and that part is fantastic. I do still, frankly, I know what stores have what sales, so I'll wait for those to happen, and I will buy at the end of a season for next year. But we don't always know at that point what the trending colors are going to be for the year. Whether people adopt those trending colors or not, you never really know. The pastel Candyland was really big last year in 2023. I sold some, and I think a lot of people bought a lot of that pastel Candyland stuff, but that was going to be like the big thing that year. So if Pastel Christmas isn't available at the end of 2023, you kind of have to, you need to get it at some point so you can get ready for the year ahead. So there is some of that. So it's either going to be from a supplier wholesaler type perspective, getting ready for Christmas, or retail picking up and trying to get people into the stores. And back to those Christmas decor groups. I mean, there are people I've seen posting, August 1st, I'm done for the year. All my gifts are bought. I have my tree supplies. I'm done and ready to go. So there are people out there who definitely take advantage of Christmas in July. But I will say, again, holidayslane.com, you can get your Christmas ornaments all year round. You don't have to wait for a themed month. I know most of the Christmas in July has definitely been a US-based thing, other than now I think a little bit more in Australia and New Zealand, but it is starting to grow a little bit more outside the US, or at least people are aware of it, even if they're not necessarily celebrating Christmas in July. And even if it's not, from a stuff perspective, it's an opportunity, to bring your family together if maybe you're vacationing anyway, and do a, family dinner for Christmas in July, and go out shopping as a group of friends or family, things like that. So, it is what you make it out to be, I guess is what you can say. One of the things that I do have, in addition to the website, is my blog. So it's holidayslane.blog. So .com is the selling website. .blog is the the blog. I don't. Sorry, folks. There are a lot of people that put up Christmas trees and keep them up all year round. So once you get to Christmas in July, that's when people are looking for other themes that they could do. So I have a decent selection of like beachy, nautical kind of ornaments. I have fishing bobbers. I have ornaments with little anchors on them, or ornaments that have little different colored fishes on top of them. So you can do a Christmas in July tree with like a beach theme. I have a particular article, I'll link to it in the description of this video here. You could keep your white lights up, or you could keep the white lights on and mix in a little bit of like light blue lights, to give it that kind of, light shimmering off the ocean kind of look. You could get a big old starfish, put it on top of the tree as your topper. You could get some fishing net and wrap it around like garland, and then add in the different ornaments from Holidays Lane to give you that kind of vibe. There are a lot of people, particularly on Etsy, that will do Christmas tree skirts using like beachy fabrics. So it could look like a beach, or it could have seashells on it, could have fish on it. So the blog article that I'm linking to gives you some examples of that that you'd be able to do if you want to put your tree up a little bit early this year. The other thing that happens for Christmas in July, which personally I find very helpful, is the Hallmark Channel runs Christmas in July, and then they rerun their holiday movies pretty much 24/7. So that's actually a godsend for me. It's really difficult to be doing, designing and making Christmas ornaments when it's 102 degrees outside. I'm sweating even though I'm inside in the air conditioner. The AC can't keep up. It's super bright out. It's just the vibe isn't quite right. So I know that they are all the same movie. You change out the people, you might change out the location, but they're all exactly the same movie over and over again. But I could watch Lacey all day, all night, in whatever movie she's in. So to have that playing in the background, that is incredibly helpful. I know a lot of people it gets them through the midway push. It's like the halftime pep talk from the coach, having those Christmas movies up that you're listening to. The other thing that I will alternate with is I have a Spotify playlist. I'll also put that in the description. I'll put a link in there to my Spotify playlist. So I'll have that playing. It's I don't know what I was thinking, but I love it. It's a wide range of different genres to the Christmas music, or styles to the Christmas music. I have traditional Bing Crosby, and then I also have stuff from Glee, or recent things from Michael Bublé. A little bit of everything kind of mixed in. I think I got the progression right. I'm not a DJ, but I'm quite happy with that. So, I'll play the music for a little while, then I'll flip back to Christmas in July on Hallmark Channel, then I'll flip to the Christmas music again, and that's what really gets me going. I will be highlighting new items on my website or Etsy or Go Imagine shops. Every Christmas in July, I do introduce 2 new DIY ornament kits. They've already been released to folks that are on my newsletter email list. So they've already gotten to see the full design, and they've had an opportunity to order them. So I've had a few of them going out the door already, which makes me super happy. They will go live to the normies, the average public, July 1st. So if you want to see them, make sure you're connected to me, ideally in my newsletter, or I will put something out on TikTok and Instagram and my Facebook page showing you guys the ornament kit designs. I'm really happy by this year's, because usually I will get inspired by either the ribbon that I'm picking or like an ornament topper with which to make something. In order to do the kits, though, I have to make sure that I have a sizable stock of all of the components, because I want to be able to have that go for a little while. So I think last year I got a lot of this one ribbon. So hopefully that will last a little while. I'm now at the point where one of my DIY kit designs I had to retire because I ran out of components for that. I can't get the ribbon anymore for that one. So I've cut through the whole stock that I had. So at some point, the kits will go away. I think this is maybe my 2nd or 3rd retired ornament. The couple early on ones, I didn't backstock quite as much stuff, so now I'm trying to be a little more thoughtful about what I have in stock. But those basically are going to be available for Christmas in July, which is, again, the exciting way, because those people then can order them early. Maybe they'll make them now, but they're ready for them either to give as gifts or to just put on their tree when they're ready to put the tree up. So it's a fun way of, again, getting you through that halftime show of summer, or maybe you're going to be going away to a cabin on the lake and you want something to do in the evening that's a little relaxing. The kits don't take up a lot of space. You can do puzzles, or you could do Christmas ornament kits. But so that's the information that I have about Christmas in July. If you think, or if you've heard something different, I'd love to hear about it. So please feel free to post a comment. Let me know, what does Christmas in July mean to you? When have you heard of it? Do you actively celebrate it, or do you think it's a little bit of a Hallmark holiday where it's a little forced? I think it's a little bit sort of a D, all of the above to me. But anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you very much for listening.
Head on over to holidayslane.com. That's holidays with an S, where every day is a holiday.